Hey, welcome back, guys. You remember us, Steve and Jack?
So today's video is gonna be very different than we usually do. The last videos we did are just like me and my dad just doing some nice reviews. It's simple. They
just
were
giving
fun.
our opinions on new things out there.
So today's video is very different. It's more scary. It's a
spooky time.
Spooky time, right?
So last night, basically, I kind of told all these different scary stories of stuff that has happened at the different houses that me and Noah have grown up in. Our old house, apartment, the one that we're at now. So basically, we decided to share with y'all. We're gonna give you three different series.
Three different series like stages in the genre.
This is part one.
This is part one, which is we're just gonna be telling everything to y'all about this house,
the current house we're in right now,
yes.
And what kind of creepy things are going on.
The next part two, is gonna be about the apartment, and part three is gonna be about the old house that we used to live in. Around 5-6 years ago, we had that house.
All right, so I hope you don't mind liking scary stories. If your children are nearby, close their ears because they're going to not want to hear this. Everything we're saying right now is getting pretty scary. Creepy.
And it's all happened. Everything we're saying, it happened.
It's all true.
And it's happening. I know.
So basically, in this new house we're in, the people that lived there before, apparently were using a Ouija board in one of the rooms that we're staying in right now. And we didn't know that beforehand, but we did find out. Okay, so the thing is some creepy stuff's been going on recently.
Yeah. So who lives in this house is just me. It's me, my dad, my dad's wife, my mom, and my grandma and my uncle. So that's who lives here. I come here like pretty much during the weekends. Sometimes I stay here, but I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer because it's summertime. But so also I have my cousin over here.
Carter, he's a little shy, but he's pimping over there. Yeah, he's a busy man. He's all about his business.
Okay.
So this is gonna be volume 1. Hope you like it.
So yeah, so let's continue.
How you want to start it off, Jack?
So let me tell this first story. You can tell the second.
Okay.
And then the third.
Carry it on.
So
Go for it. See what you got.
Story number 1. Okay. So this is something that happened to my dad. My dad only. I wasn't here when this happened. My mom was probably inside. Yeah, she was probably inside, or maybe it was during the week, so we weren't here. So my dad likes to smoke.
Cigarettes, yeah.
Smoke cigarettes. My mom and my dad. So my dad likes to go in the backyard to smoke a cigarette every once in a while. So one night, it's like the middle of the night. It's pitch dark outside.
3 in the morning.
3 in the morning.
It's like it's that time. You know what time it is. 3 in the morning, creepy time.
So he goes outside in the backyard and he sits down on a chair and puts on a YouTube video and starts smoking a cigarette like he usually does.
Just chilling in the patio.
Every once in a while, yeah, he does that.
And it's pitch black all around me, guys.
Yeah,
you gotta imagine like it's 3 in the morning.
In our patio outside the back, there's a light that turns on. He turned it on, but the thing with it is you can't see past like that far away.
Past our patio area.
Yeah.
So the whole backyard is this.
It lights up the patio. But everything else, it's pitch black. So that means people can see you, but you can't see them.
Yeah, that's a creepy feeling in its own.
Yeah.
But it's 3 in the morning, so I'm thinking like everything's okay. I'm by myself, right? Just by 3 in the morning. What the heck am I doing up? No one's up.
Yeah. So, like a few minutes in, and he's like a quarter way there or something like that, and he hears a really big footstep.
Yeah, like by our tree area.
Just describe it.
Probably like 20 feet away. I'm noticing it. And it's super quiet. I'm just listening to the YouTube video, and all of a sudden I just hear like a foot, like a heavy foot step.
Heavier than ever. On
like leaves and like a branch.
Yeah.
And it's just one step. But it's like behind this tree of ours, and I can't see it because it's like bright pitch black. But it's literally 10 feet away from me, and I hear it clear as day, and I knew exactly. I was like, okay, what the heck was that? and I have a flashlight on my phone, but I didn't want to investigate. I'm not one of those people. If I hear a noise, I'm gonna go run and look. What's that noise?
Yeah, my dad
So
isn't like that.
I'm like sitting there, and I'm continuing my cigarette, right? And not even but a couple drags in, I hear a second footstep.
A
Right
second
where
one, just
exact footstep, like a
but
second foot came down.
yeah. So and both of them were right behind the tree that we
Yeah,
have in our
10
backyard,
feet away from me.
10 feet away from my father, and they were heavy
Like,
steps.
this is a big
Heavy
boy.
steps.
Whatever it was big. So I'm already ruling out any squirrels or any like birds or anything like that. It wasn't an animal. So it's in our backyard. We have a gated backyard. Okay, so it's 3 in the morning. And I'm thinking like, and I'm trying to like rationalize what the heck is that noise without having to go looking for trouble. And I'm thinking like, there's no one back here in the middle of the dark at 3 in the morning. We're like, what the heck? Why would be anybody back there? So I'm already thinking like, there's nobody back here. But I just literally heard 2 big heavy footsteps right there.
Very heavy footsteps, and so the first footstep, my dad, like, he kind of just shrugged it off. He was aware of it, but didn't want to go back inside or investigate. So he just sat there, act like he didn't hear it, and
Right, just kind of like played it cool.
pretty cool, yeah.
Try
like,
to.
like who cares what it is? It could be anything.
Right,
honestly.
it could be a random thing, right?
But when the second footstep came in a few minutes later, a second one, even like
Right.
it felt closer, right? Didn't it seem closer?
It was just, it felt like the first step was like a little warning, and the second step was like it was about to make its move. I felt like whatever it was about to attack me. So I'm not a big strong guy, obviously, but I was like, okay, that's my cue.
So he just
Runs inside.
He runs inside, my dad, and
Lock the door.
He locks the door, of course, turns off the light, goes back to bed.
Well, I mean, I was trying to look and see out there. I was looking through the window very quietly, but I didn't see anything. And that was just like, logically, what could it be? We don't have any animals back there.
There's
It
no,
was too heavy
but the thing is,
to be a creature.
or a person. Yeah, that could have
So,
been no person.
Leave your
And
comments and tell me what you think it would have been.
The thing is, our house and our backyard has 2 fences. Right? They're not that
The neighbors
tall.
behind us.
Yeah, but they're not that hard to climb. You could easily just jump the fence. The fence number 1 that's over there, and then there's another fence that actually just has a gate that you could open, go right inside. So it could have been definitely a person, but it was a heavy footstep, 2 heavy
Right.
footsteps, and why would someone be back there? So
Like at 3 in the morning.
at 3 in the morning.
Just in the pitch dark, because I had the light off, so it was pitch dark when I went out there. So by the time I sat down, it was already there. Whatever it was there already.
Mhm.
So I don't know what it was, what it could have been.
Who knew how
Obviously,
long it could have been there?
Right. Like
Who knew
what the
what
heck
it
is
was?
out there just waiting?
What it was thinking? You know?
It was very strange. And before I went out
Anything could
there,
happen.
I was about to go smoke a cigarette. I was thinking in my head like someone was kind of telling me, "Nah, don't go smoke a cigarette. It's 3 in the morning. It's kind of like that scary hour. Don't be going back there." But I'm thinking, okay, well, it's my house in my backyard, so I was like, kind of like taking my gut feeling away, which you never do, guys. Always listen to your gut. So I went out there, and sure enough, this weird thing happens. And I mean, obviously, I guess a lot of people would be like, "Why don't you go check and see what it's up?" Because it's not a person. It's not if it's a big creature or anything else. It could have been.
Even if
I ain't prepared to go handle that.
even if it was a person, like actually we
What kind of
have
psychos in the backyard in the middle of dark.
yeah,
3 in
even
the
if it was a
morning.
person, and we have like actually this one person of actually his name is Chad that lives right there.
Literally not mentally there.
He's
He
a
lost it.
psychopath,
He lost
and
it.
he
broke into an old abandoned house. Like it's a house that someone passed away in.
but
And he
honest-
literally broke into there and started living in there across
we're
the
not
street.
gonna really talk about him today's video, but I just wanted to let you know it also could have been Chad. So
I was
and
thinking it could have been, but
Chad's very weird,
why the
a
hell would he
weird
be in the
guy.
backyard 3
So yeah, but it could have been him too. So
the fence now.
next story. So that was the first story. and nothing really
That
happened.
was the major thing. I felt like, there was something out there trying to get me.
Yeah.
Now, what leads to all this is one time me and my son went hiking. We went with the dog at the dog park for a couple hours. When we came back, she was wondering, like, were we banging on the house and making noise and
Yeah,
and
my mom
talking
and
loud and
his
stuff?
wife.
Because she was in the bedroom laying down, and she's like hearing knocking around the
So
house.
yeah, so some backstory to it. Me, like he said, me and him, and my dog, went hiking. T-Rex went hiking with just to some park nearby, and my grandma, which is almost always here because she's retired. She is like somewhere else, maybe like she likes garage selling, so she was probably garage selling, but it doesn't really matter where she was. And my uncle wasn't here at the moment. I think he was spending the night at someone. So pretty much what I'm saying is my mom was alone.
She was by herself.
Just for a couple hours. So yeah, she was by herself in the bed, and she starts hearing whispering and like knocking on the
and like literally
window.
physical knocking on the windows and doors in the house in general.
And she also said that she heard whispering in the house.
Whispering, like whispering.
Whispering.
And we kind of, when she first told me that, I mean, I kind of like was like, okay, that's weird. Like, I mean, I never really heard anything before that, so I was like, okay, that's strange. I didn't not believe her, but I didn't know what else to do about it. I mean, like, obviously, what the heck is going on?
Couldn't do that much about it, right?
Crazy stuff going on.
So that was the second story. It wasn't that,
But it leads up. It's a whole. It's all of this is connected. Because later on, about a week later, okay, we have T-Rex and Benjamin with our two dogs that sleep with my mom and stay with my mom overnight. But she wakes up around 6, 7 in the morning just out of habit over the years. But I stay up pretty late. I'm a night owl. So between like 3, 4 in the morning, it's always between like 3, 4 in the morning, I would randomly hear the dogs in the hallway, right? Like I could hear them like moving around, and I'm hearing this. I'm going, okay, I can hear the dogs, and then I hear my mom like moving around. I could kind of hear her like talking to herself a little bit, and I've heard her do that like 3 or 4 times over the week.
She's old,
right? So I'm thinking like, well, maybe she just woke up and she needs to go and dogs follow her or whatever. But I asked her because I started getting curious. I was like, Mom, are you waking up in the middle of the night and walking around like 3, 4 in the morning? I hear you and the dogs walking around. And she's like, no, I haven't been waking up in the middle of the night. I woke up at 9 in the morning this morning. And I was like, okay, so why am I hearing the dogs and her in the hallways in the middle of the night if she's not doing that?
And Dad has heard that plenty of times like that.
It's been about 3 to 4 times over the past couple weeks. So when my wife had told us that story about how she's hearing whispering and knocking on the house and windows, and then now I'm hearing, what it sounds to me is my animals and the dog or my mom, and she's claiming that's not true. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, and with the footsteps.
What the heck is going on here?
So those 3 things, like all very, very creepy, very. Just very
by itself, it's probably not a big. Okay, you could just write it off as like, okay, the
footsteps could have been anything. The maybe she just forgot she was walking in the middle of the night, and maybe Mom was hearing things. But so that could have been simple solutions to all of those. But it still leads up to this one last thing.
And the grand finale. Okay, so basically after all this, I'm already being pretty wary and starting to be more aware of things. But one night on my day off, it's like 2 in the afternoon. I kind of sleep in because I stayed up late, and I'm laying there and I'm sleeping. I'm dead asleep, and all of a sudden, like, I feel literally like 2 like hands push on my side because I'm lying on my side, push down on me into the bed, as clear as day, to woke me up. I felt it, and I felt my body going into the bed. I felt it, okay, and I woke up. And I'm waking up, and I'm thinking in my head as I'm waking up, what was that? Was it the dogs? Is my mom messing with me? My son's not here today, so it wasn't him. And I open my eyes. Before I open my eyes, I feel the push down for a second time. Okay, so it pushes me down, and it's like a hard push. It's like a heavy push. It's like I felt it. So I was already, right away I look up, and there is nothing there. The dogs aren't in the
Nothing.
room. There's my mom's not there. My son's obviously not there. I'm all by myself. What woke me up in the middle of the night? What was watching me watch my YouTube videos in our backyard? What voices are whispering and knocking on windows
To my mom.
with my mom's while she's there by herself? And what am I hearing in the middle of the night that sounds like my mom and my dogs, my animals, when there's nothing to explain any of it? I don't know about you guys or if you have experienced anything like this, but when it's your home and it's literally physically pushing down, you feel it to where it wakes you up from a dead sleep. I don't know what to do. We don't know what it is. But
I have
now
no clue.
Carter came.
I have no clue.
He has to sleep with the lights on because he
No.
doesn't know what's gonna happen. What do you think, Jack? Honestly, what could it be?
So there's another thing. This is not another story, but it's something that could explain all of this.
And I'm interested.
So, my cousin, I have a cousin named Alicia, and she's a little older than me and my other cousins. She's like 21, right?
Yeah, she's of age, 21.
So, but like a year ago, or like maybe less,
Some
but
of her
like a year ago.
friends.
So
Her and her friends.
yeah, so she used to live here with us.
I saw it earlier in the video.
So one night with her and her friends, bought a Ouija board and got candles and everything, and played with the Ouija board.
And who knows what the heck they were doing? If they knew what they were doing, if they let something come into our area in our room. But that's the same room that she was staying in is the one I'm staying in now. And we have no idea what is causing it. But we're curious to see what y'all think. Tell us what you think and help us out and let us know. That's our first story of the experiences we got going on here. We do have other stories that we're going to tell in the next videos about other experiences we had at other places we lived. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was a long one, 17 minutes.
That's the longest one we did, but it was something that we wanted to tell you guys. We
We just
find it
wanted you to
interesting.
notify. Get notified about
Rita
this
was
stuff.
talking about it last night. I was just telling all the stuff that's going on, piecing it together, and we figured y'all like it, and we hope you like it.
And we're not lying. This actually happened to us.
Obviously, yeah, everything we're going to tell you in our videos is going to be the truth, and our honest opinions or our true stories that we tell you in everything we do. So just let us know what we can do.
Be it for
Hopefully,
today's
there's
video.
nothing serious going on in there, but there's something going on. We'll give you more updates if we have any other stories to tell. So next time.
I'll see you guys later. We might post tomorrow, so be up
We're going
for
to try
it.
to make more videos for you guys. Anybody who's watching us, if you like our videos,
And it's
there's gonna be
summertime.
more coming. Where we have summertime, we're free to do whatever we can, so we got plenty of time now. So
We got plenty
hope you
of time.
tune in and you appreciate, the stories we tell, and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, see y'all later. Say bye.
Say bye, Carter.
No.
Don't be shy.